Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and everything just changes? The most powerful people, they lower their voices, they offer their seats, they wait for this person to speak first. Then there are others who are twice as smart, work twice as hard, but are treated like an afterthought. They get interrupted, ignored, and lowballed. The difference isn't money. It isn't status. It is Law 34 of the 48 Laws of Power. Be royal in your own fashion, act like a king, to be treated like one. The core of this law is simple. You must stand strong. If you don't respect yourself, you are literally giving the rest of the world permission to disrespect you. And you can't fake this. If you try to act like a king but feel like a fraud on the inside, you don't come across as royal, you come across as arrogant. And arrogance is just a mask for insecurity. C. Weakness is begging. When you beg for a raise, beg for a date, or beg for a seat at the table, you are signaling that you don't belong there. Strength is demanding through your carriage. You don't have to shout that you're important. You simply carry yourself as if your presence is a gift, not a request. Standing strong means you have a minimum acceptable standard for how you are treated. If someone drops below that standard, you don't get angry, you simply withdraw your presence. A perfect example is Christopher Columbus. Before he discovered America, he was a nobody, the son of a weaver with no titles and no money. But he had a vision. When he went to the kings of Europe to ask for ships, he didn't approach them as a humble sailor. He went as a grandee of Spain. He made insane demands. He wanted the title Admiral of the Ocean Sea, 10% of all wealth found, and to be the governor of any new lands. Most people laughed at him, but the king and queen of Spain didn't. They thought, if this man is asking for this much, he must know something we don't. He must be worth it. By refusing to act like a commoner, he forced the most powerful people on earth to treat him as an equal. He stood strong in his own price tag until the world paid it. You don't need a crown to use Law 34 in your office, your business, or your social life. You just need to change your frequency. Stop rushing around, looking frazzled, trying to prove you're busy. Instead, move with a measured pace. You control your time. Time doesn't control you. Stop over-explaining your decisions or your price. State your terms with finality. This is my rate, period. And stop fidgeting, constantly checking your phone, looking for approval. Embrace stillness. Be comfortable with silence. You don't need to fill the air to feel safe. So, how do you do this? First, the royal walk. Your posture is your first line of defense. Stand strong, chin up, shoulders back. Second, set your price high, whether it's your hourly rate or your emotional boundaries. Start at the top. It's much easier to negotiate down than to claw your way up from the bottom. And third, master the power of no. The king doesn't say yes to every invitation. Be selective. Your presence should be a rare commodity, not a common utility. Now, there's a big difference between being a diva and being royal. A diva demands respect because they are fragile and need the world to bow to them to feel okay. A person who is royal, someone who stands strong, commands respect because they are solid. You aren't trying to make others feel small. You are simply refusing to make yourself small. When you respect yourself enough to stand by your values and your vision, you give everyone else in the room permission to do the same. The world is a mirror. If you show up as a servant, it will give you a broom. If you show up as a king, it will give you a throne. Stand strong and be royal in your own fashion. If this series is helping you rebuild your foundation, hit that subscribe button. We are in the home stretch of the 48 laws. Next time, we're looking at Law 35. Master the art of timing. I'll show you why being early is just as bad as being late if the moment is UNT right. Would you like me to show you how to sense the shift in winds of any situation? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.